Good afternoon, and today is the first day of the 2020 NFL season. And what I do every single year is I pick every single game to figure out who's going to have the actual record because, quite frankly, all those people that you hear saying, "Oh, I knew who was going to win." Yeah, right, prove it. That's what I do. So I pick every single game. I come up with actually who I think, based on that, who will be in the playoffs, and then later figure out the Super Bowl. So like and subscribe, hate and comment. This video is going to be the NFC video. If you want the AFC video, just click out the one at the end. And so what I do is I pick all the games, quick overview. No team goes 16-0, no team goes 0-16. I know it's happened once for the perfection, 18-1 Super Bowl champ New York Giants, nope. And twice on the ladder of the 0-16s, the Detroit Lions and Cleveland Browns. But since it's so rare, I figure no team goes 0-16. I also only choose 1-15, or 1-15-1 team. I can do one of each, but not more than one. I do have one of those this year, and we'll get to that at a later time. I will pick a tie occasionally, but if I do, it's only one per season. No team has had more than one tie since the advent of overtime. And I pick no favorites. So, if my team is up there, I don't care. I think of it logically. Team coming after a bye, I figure has a little bit more advantage. There are no international games this year, so we don't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna go. So later on in the season, probably this weekend, I will tweet what I think is going to win every one of the 17 weeks. But I'm going to go through with the divisions. I'm going to start with worst for first, the NFC East. And so first, I have the whatever we're calling the Washington team. I have them going an amazing 3-13, and the reason why is they're just awful. There's nothing there. They don't know who their quarterback is going to be. It's probably going to be 3 different quarterbacks this year. After that, I have the New York Football Giants, and I have them going 7-9. They will have a pretty average divisional record, pretty average conference record, but they will struggle when they play the AFC. And again, I have them at 7-9 now. Philadelphia Eagles, I have them as 8-8 and not in the playoffs. They're going to struggle with the division. They're going to get hammered by Dallas a lot. And with that first place division, I just don't see them doing very well. So I have, amazingly, the Dallas Cowboys at 13-3. And this will be important when I get into explaining tiebreakers later on, because I have them not only as a division leader, I have them as one of the best divisional leaders. We'll go over tiebreakers later on. Now for the North, at the bottom, no surprise, the Detroit Lions at 2-14. They're just awful. They'll probably win one interconference game and one divisional game. The divisional team that they will beat will be the Chicago Bears. I have them going 6-10. I was actually a little surprised that I had them at that good of a record, but I have them starting strong and getting weak. Oddly enough, I think Trubisky may actually win a few games to help prop up maybe that for the next season and then tank. Again, I have another team not making the playoffs. The divisional winner, Green Bay Packers, I have at 8-8. Just don't see them with a good schedule. There is a reason why they want a new quarterback, and that will come through fruition. I think Rodgers is out at the end of the year. That leaves me with the Minnesota Vikings at 11-5. I have them actually beating some of the teams that will win divisions this year, but I do not have them getting that first round bye. And I will explain tiebreakers because they are funny and awesome later on. Then I go to the South. I actually have this as one of the best divisions in football. I have the Atlanta Falcons at 7-9. The Dirty Birds are not so bad. I have Tampa Bay at 8-8. All this talk about Brady and Gronk is just that. They will not be good. 8-8. It's actually pretty big. Not that bad for them. That's a win better than famous Jameis. I have the first wild card team here. Carolina, new coach, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, a little bit of a learning curve to start, but they will be playoff ready at the end of the year. And then at 13-3, you'll see this number again, as we did with Dallas. New Orleans, I have them at 13-3. I will explain the tiebreakers. I actually misdid the tiebreaker the first time I did it, and somebody caught me on it, so I have to fix it. And now the hardest division in football, and this will prove when we get into the playoff division. The only team that I have not making the playoffs in that division is the Arizona Cardinals, only because they are just not that, they're just not there yet. They will probably be next year, because I think the Niners are going to struggle for the next 2 years. I think Arizona is going to pick up that tab. Now, the 7th seed, and remember, this season, playoffs are 7-7, not 6-6. So, second division team does not get a bye. They will play the San Francisco 49ers. I have them at 9-7, partially because they get beat up a lot within their division. I've been going 2-4 in the division. And that is why they do not win the division. Then I have the Rams and Seattle, both at 10-6. Now, this is where tiebreakers come in. I have them both at 4-2 in the division. And I have them, which in the old tiebreaker system, the first tiebreaker after division would be conference. The tiebreaker is now common wins. In common wins, Seattle has one more win over the Rams. Because of that, Seattle is the divisional winner. And the Rams at 10-6 are the second wildcard team. San Francisco is the last wildcard team, third. Now with the tiebreakers, so I actually had to correct this for the top speed. Tiebreakers go, of course, division champ, then head-to-head, then common opponents. Dallas and Dallas and New Orleans do not have 4 common opponents. Then conference. I have them both going 9-3. Strength of victory is ahead of strength of schedule. If it was strength of schedule, I would have Dallas as the number 1 seed. But because it is strength of victory, and New Orleans does better when they play the NFC West, they are the number 1 seed. Dallas will be hosting San Francisco in this scenario. The number 3 seed is between Minnesota and Seattle. Again, I have same record. I have Minnesota 11-5. So I don't have the same record. At 11-5, they are playing the Rams. And I have Seattle at 10-6, hosting the 5th-rated Carolina Panthers at 11-5. So let the controversies begin. Again, we are still doing divisional champ over wildcard team, regardless of record. Maybe that changes next year. But I got New Orleans with a bye, Dallas at 2, hosting San Francisco at 7. San Francisco wins, they would play New Orleans. Dallas wins, they would host in the second round. Minnesota and the Rams, Seattle and Carolina. Next video will be the AFC side of the ledger. If I screw this up and said the AFC first, I don't remember, I'll look it up. Like and subscribe, rate and comment, and more to come.